Hello, and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Kara Gerdeman, and I'm the Executive Director of Kids Harbor. Please bear with us. This is the first time we have done a live event like this, and we may have some challenges through the night, and we may have some technical difficulties. We hope that doesn't happen, but this is new for all of us, so please bear with us as we make our way through the night. For those of you that may not be familiar with Kids Harbor, or our services, we're a child advocacy center with locations in Osage Beach and St. Robert, Missouri. Our mission is to provide a coordinated response, healing, and prevention of child abuse. We're both a place and a process. As a place, we are a safe, child-friendly setting where kids 0 to 18 can come and talk about abuse that they may have experienced and heal from the trauma. As a process, we bring together law enforcement, children's division, juvenile office, medical and mental health providers, and prosecutors to minimize the number of times a child has to be interviewed. We also provide a comprehensive prevention program for both adults and children, which you'll learn more about later tonight. On average, more than 700 children are referred to us for forensic services each year. In 2019, 913 children were referred for services. That was a significant jump over the services we provided in previous years. Our multidiscipline partners, law enforcement, children's division, the juvenile office, prosecutors, medical and mental health providers are an integral part of our team approach to responding to child abuse. Without their partnership, children and their safe caregivers wouldn't be referred to us for services. It is their hard work in conducting investigations, gathering evidence, prosecuting cases, and helping children heal that helps children find justice and hope. I want to kick off the evening by saying a big thank you to Studio T Images and Lake TV. They've put in countless hours to help us bring our vision to life and broadcast it here to share it with all of you. I also want to thank our presenting sponsors, Iroquois Federal, Christy Farah American Family Insurance, Peak Sport and Spine Osage Beach, and our Veterinary. We will hear more from them a little later. Tonight, you'll have the opportunity to learn more about our services, our staff, and even get a mini tour of our Osage Beach location. We're going to have a lot of fun and laughs, too. 2020 has been a tough year for all, and that certainly includes Kids Harbor. When COVID shut down so much, our doors remained open the entire time. Our primary concern was keeping our doors open and ensuring we could continue to provide services safely to those kids who needed us. Our amazing staff quickly pivoted to ensure we had office coverage every day, while also ensuring we were doing everything we could to keep everyone safe. Early on, we knew there was a 50% drop in the number of hotline calls to the State Child Abuse and Neglect Hotline. The number of children referred to us for services dropped too. This was very concerning to us. We know that during times of economic crisis and downturns, that the rate of child abuse goes up. We wanted to make sure that those kids could get to us for services if they needed us. We continued to reach out to our multidiscipline partners, to schools, families, the families we serve, to make sure that we were getting everything we needed, and they were getting the services they needed as well. Our counselors quickly moved from in-person services to telemental health so that children and their safe caregivers who were in services could continue to receive those services and continue their healing process. While the number of kids referred for services dropped, the severity of those cases did not. Unfortunately, sometimes that severity seemed to increase, and that was tough for those kids and for our staff as well and our team members. Our staff continued to work tirelessly to make sure that those kids received the services they needed. It's not been an easy time for any of us, and certainly not for kids. We are so thankful to be able to serve every child that is referred to us for services. Our goal is to help them heal, find their voice, and find caring and support within our doors. 2020 has certainly been filled with financial challenges for us as well. We had to cancel our barbecue bash fundraiser in the spring. Our t-shirt and pinwheel sales were down. And a funder that supports our prevention program will not offer a grant for the 2021 year. At the same time, our community has been amazing. They continue to rally upon us and support us by providing items from our wish list, donations, and so much more. We are so thankful for the caring, giving community we work and live in. And we're thankful for you joining us here tonight. Now let's talk a little more about the fun festivities for tonight. Normally, you don't see me out and about sporting such a fabulous hat. But what can you do with a Kentucky Derby theme? You can't have that kind of a theme without a fancy hat. So out shopping I went to find the perfect hat for the night. We hope you have some hats too, and we want to see them. If you're wearing your hat and you're dressed up in your Kentucky Derby gear, post a picture on Facebook and tag us or share it to our page so we can see and share it with our followers as well. And don't forget to share our live stream and invite some friends and family members to join in with us. What would the Kentucky Derby theme be without a race? We definitely needed a race too, but how were we going to do that? As we were planning tonight's festivities, we wondered how we could pull that off and what that would look like. After a lot of discussion and a couple of missing board members, we pulled together a plan. What if we had a fun race complete with costumes? And finding the costumes was a lot of fun too. With the help of a couple good-natured board members, some amazing supporters, we developed a plan. Tonight you will learn more about our racers from their pre-race interviews. You can place your bets on your favorite horse and jockey. Wait a minute. Make a donation. I guess we really can't make bets. The final race will be determined by the jockey that raises the most money for Kids Harbor. And you, whoever votes on that winning jockey, might win a prize too. So get your donations in. You can find those on our Facebook page or our silent auction page to make your donations and contributions. You can find that on the link to the auction on our website, kidsharbormo.org. Or also you can register for tonight's event by texting Kids Helping Kids to 243-725. We will check in throughout the evening to see how our jockeys are doing. Also on that silent auction page, you can check out all of the items up for bid. Everything from vacation getaways, beautiful jewelry, sports memorabilia, and so much more. Without further ado, let's meet our jockeys.
We are here with jockey number 1. What is your name, sir?
My name is Hose B.
Hose B. Okay,
Hose B.
and what is your beautiful horse's name?
This is Vista Stag.
Vista
His first
Stag.
race.
Ooh, how
First race coming out.
pretty.
My first race.
Your first race too?
I am the brother of Jose.
Okay, wonderful. Oh,
Settle down.
you guys
Settle
are
down.
ready.
Yeah, we're ready. I think.
What does your training regiment look like prior to today?
My training regiment, well, we got out in March. What is this? This is October, September, October?
September.
We got out in March and ran a couple miles.
Did you?
Yeah,
And-
and he got scared. So, he's never been around other horses yet, so
Oh,
I'm really concerned about him, but
it's a big day.
I am ready.
It's a big day.
I am ready.
Okay.
It's a big day. Big
Big.
day.
What's your racing strategy for today?
My racing strategy is to get close to the other horses and kind of bump them.
Oh,
Kind of bump
The
them.
bump.
Bump them toward that electric fence. I heard it's electric, so I think we got a plan.
it will be
Nothing
shocking.
fair.
Be
Nothing
shocking.
fair.
Yes.
Shocking. Oh yes, that's a good word. Yes. Settle down. Settle down.
Being a jockey now, was this a career move that you have looked forward to all your life?
Jose made a lot of money in this business until he died. Poor little Jose.
Oh, well,
He died.
definitely.
But he made a lot of money, so So what was the question?
Was this a career move that you've been looking forward to?
A career move? Not really, but I just had to take care of Jose's, Vista Strag's grandparents had him.
Oh.
He wanted to be in the races, so I thought I'd exit my other career.
Which was? What were you doing in your other life?
I was in politics.
Okay.
Political.
Oh, very, very good strategy.
See.
Leave that awful world. Yes.
Oh yeah, no. I'd rather smell the real horse manure.
There you go.
Yeah. The real horse manure.
What kind of calls do you use for your horse? What does they respond to? Like verbal? Vocals?
I like the calls. Talking options?
No. Like, do you whisper sweet nothings, or do you?
Oh, Vista Grande, stag. I yell stag. Stag ahead. Stag ahead. Stag ahead. So that and that's pretty much it.
That's it?
That's
Okay.
pretty much it.
Well, last question now. What is your prediction for the end of the race today? What are you thinking?
I think Stag and I will win.
Awesome.
I think we will be the winners. We want to win this race to help all the children's all over.
Good. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the... Settle down.
All right, we are here with jockey number 2. What is your name, sir?
Elmo.
Elmo. Awesome. What is your horse's name?
This is Pinky McPurplemane.
Pinky McPurplemane. I love it. So what does your training regiment look like to get ready for today's race?
I sleep a lot.
Sleep a lot? And your horse?
He sleeps a lot.
He sleeps a lot. Okay.
She sleeps a lot.
She sleeps a lot.
Sorry.
What is your racing strategy for today?
I'm gonna go out there and just pound some hooves, man. Put it down.
Awesome.
It's racing.
Awesome.
Racing.
So, being a jockey, was that a move that you'd always look forward to in life?
No. I mean, I was in the restaurant business for years, and then racing came along, and it was definitely a step up.
Okay, well, that's awesome. Oh my gosh. So do you have any pre-race rituals? You know, stretching, vocals?
I'm a big fan of the interview.
Are you?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I do.
Wonderful. Okay.
Right.
Interview. All right, we're there.
Great.
What about calls for your horse? What does your horse respond to?
Yeah!
Oh, yay! I saw those ears perk up.
Easy.
Perk up. And the last question?
Yes.
What is your prediction for the outcome of today's race?
Winner, chicken dinner.
All right, here we are with jockey number 3. What is your name, sir?
My name's Tim Thompson.
Tim Thompson. Awesome. And what is your horse's name?
This is the Black Stallion of Lynn Creek.
Awesome. Good job. I like that.
Yes. Be careful.
What does your training regiment look like?
Well, the training regiment is we do a lot of soft training, so we think about racing a lot.
Okay.
We like try to imagine what the race is going to be like. We try to imagine how uncomfortable it is, and really just geared up mainly mentally for it.
Mentally.
Yeah.
Okay, mental preparedness. That's wonderful. Good. What is your racing strategy for the day? Today.
Well, if you think about it, as far as a strategy goes, it's like I said, we've done all the mental preparation.
Okay.
I mean, so we've done everything. It's really just about getting out there and cutting corners and whatever we have to do to win.
Okay.
It's basically about winning.
About winning.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a jockey, was that a career move that you've looked forward to all your life?
Yeah, absolutely. I was obviously born to be a jockey.
Okay.
And when I
Obviously
met,
done well.
Yes, exactly. When I met the Black Stallion of Lynn Creek, it just became a natural a natural fit. at that
Awesome,
point.
wonderful. So when you aren't being a jockey, what do you do in real life?
You know, we think about doing things a lot.
Okay.
We think about and we train. We talk about it, and it's important to get ready.
Okay.
You know, for those things. So that's
Okay.
mainly what
Super.
I do. Yep.
Super. So do you have any pre-race rituals? You know, stretching, vocals, anything like that?
Kind of check out the competition a little bit. Kind of walk around and see. Doesn't look like there really is any today. So yeah, I think today is just about go back, see what Black Stallion wants to eat
Okay.
before the race, and
Awesome.
off we go.
Let's see. What kind of calls do you use for your horse? What does he respond to the most vocally?
Mainly it's it can open up like a beer can, and his little ears perk right up, and he comes
And he goes.
right over.
Okay.
Every time.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's good to know. Yes. All right. And last question. What is your prediction for the end of
Oh.
the race today? The results.
Well, I mean, I think naturally we're marked number 3. We're the number 3, but we'll be in first.
You being first?
We'll be in first, and nobody will get hurt.
All right. We are here with number 5. What is your name?
My name?
Your name?
Jockey Sniffer.
Jockey Sniffer. Awesome. Okay. What is the name of your horse?
This here's, I wish this microphone was a cheese coney.
Awesome name. Love it.
Yeah, thank you.
So, what does your training regiment look like?
Well, cheese conies, obviously.
Cheese conies. Okay.
Yeah, mostly.
In quantity
Yeah, more quantity
for
than.
you and the horse.
Well, yeah, 2 for me, 1 for him.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. What's your racing strategy for today?
Don't die.
Don't die. That's an excellent one. I like that one
Yeah,
very much.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, when a horse comes up lame, it ends well, or it ends poorly for the horse.
Yes, it
And
does.
so that's our
the
goal. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. So
that
was
happen.
being a jockey a career move that you were looking forward to?
No, not really.
No?
No, the dietary standards they're rough.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that's
So,
true. Yeah.
so yeah, no, I did not anticipate this.
So-
I would have
When you're not being a jockey, what do you do in your other life? Seriously.
eat cheese conies
Eat
mostly.
cheese conies.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any pre-race rituals? You know, stretching, any kind of vocals that you do, anything like that?
No vocals, no. Yeah, stretching for sure.
Okay.
Usually, I'm very nervous. So this pup doubles as not just a food pail, but also a puke pail.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what kind of calls do you use for your horse? What kind
Calls.
of noises does the horse respond to?
But grunts, mostly. Yeah.
Okay. Anything you'd like to share?
No, it's really something that's between me and the reindeer horse.
Okay, I understand. All right. So, final question. What's your prediction for the race today?
My prediction for the race today is somebody's going to win, but everybody's going to lose.
Okay. Mr. Sean Hill, thank you very much. Good luck today. All right, we are here with number 7. What is your name?
Crystal Lloyd.
Crystal Lloyd. And tell us about your horse.
This
What's
is
the name?
I Will Smash, aka Willie.
Okay, wonderful. What does your training regiment look like?
We spend a lot of time in the arena in our downtime. A lot of leisure type riding just to get comfortable with one another.
Super.
And then some obstacle things as we kind of branch out.
Wonderful, I love it. So what is your racing strategy for today?
Today we're going to try to do a more relaxed feel. There's a lot of competitors, don't want to run anybody over, so we're going to try to kind of hold back a little bit and then just see if we can get an open advantage on the course.
Wonderful, good idea. So being a jockey, was that a career move that you always looked forward to?
I wouldn't say I've always looked forward to it. I always dreamed of having horses, but I never ever thought of myself as a jockey.
A jockey, okay. So what do you do in the other parts of your life?
So in the other parts of my life, I'm a nurse, I'm a mom, I'm a wife, so I stay pretty busy.
Yes,
Horses are more of like a therapeutic thing for me.
Okay, wonderful. Do you have any pre-race rituals that you go through?
Mainly just warm-ups, kind of just bonding with the horse, kind of getting on the same team per se.
Okay.
I wouldn't say any really rituals.
Are there any vocals that they respond to more?
He does a lot with cues, kissing, clucking, those sorts of things. Like he's very responsive and receptive to that.
Wonderful. And what is your prediction for the outcome of today's race?
Well, you know, it looks like there's some pretty fierce competitors out there
Very,
today.
yes.
I'm a little worried about how Will and I will do, but I think overall that we'll probably have an upper hand.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Good luck, Lila. All right, we are here with the track manager today, Miss Terry. So we need a layout of what are the conditions today that these riders are going to be facing.
Well, the conditions are excellent. The temperature of the air is great. It's cool enough for that. We haven't had rain for a few days, so the track is safe. And it's got good traction for them. So it's a great track today.
Wonderful. We are so excited. We are ready for this race today.
We are pretty fortunate to have such a great group of board members and supporters that would participate in our race today. Now that you've met all of our jockeys, I'm sure that you'll want to join us and stay tuned for the race to see who will win that race and what they will do on the race course. That'll be coming up a little bit later. I just want to let everyone know that no animals or board members or supporters were hurt in the preparation and filming of that video. Maybe just their pride a little bit. Thank you, Terry, for your support and allowing us to visit your beautiful farm and film on your property. It was a beautiful afternoon. And don't forget to place your bets and support your favorite jockey tonight. Since you've caught a glimpse of a couple of our spectacular board members, I just want to give a shout out to our board of directors. We are so thankful for their support, hard work, and dedication to our mission. It is because of their help and support we are able to support children every single day. I also want to give a shout out to our amazing staff. I'm fortunate to work with some of the most caring, dedicated professionals each and every day. Their compassion, courage, and dedication inspire me daily, and you'll get to hear from some of them a little bit later. Tonight's event wouldn't have been possible without the help and support of so many wonderful event sponsors, donors, friends, volunteers, staff, and board members. Throughout the evening, we want to make sure we thank them for their support. Tonight's event couldn't have happened without the support of the great community we live in. We have so many wonderful sponsors, including Central Bank Lake of the Ozarks, 1932 Reserve, Ameren, Missouri, Jason Whittle All-Pro Team, Scott's Concrete. So thank you to those sponsors, and thank you to everyone who has donated tonight. So many of you have attended our in-person events over the years, so you know Kids Helping Kids isn't a new event. This is actually our 7th year. Although it certainly doesn't feel like we've been doing this for that long. Over the years, we've met some pretty spectacular kids. This year, we wanted to make some adjustments since we couldn't celebrate together. The decision to move the Kids Helping Kids Gala from in-person to a virtual event certainly was not made lightly. It was important to us to keep the traditions that we had started through the years, and we've always felt that the most important aspect of this event is the kids that come out and help us every year. We have some pretty amazing kids throughout the communities we work with. While there were things that copyright laws prevented us from sharing with you tonight, we want to recognize the School of the Osage Band and Releve Dance Studio. They wanted to help us with this year's event. Unfortunately, we were unable to broadcast their music without violating copyright laws. We wish they could have been with us. In keeping with the tradition of kids playing such an important role in the evening, I get to introduce you to this evening's MCs, Sierra Smith and Kaylin Winters. Kaylin is a 14-year-old freshman. She's a second-year member of the Pride of the Lake Marching Band, Color Guard, which she loves. She is the current reigning Miss Teen Dogwood. In her spare time, she likes to volunteer with her Nona at Kids Harbor and the Missouri Forget-Me-Not Horse Sanctuary. Sierra is 16, a junior, Color Guard section leader with the Pride of the Lake Marching Band. She's a photographer and one of the hardest working kids I know. She is attending high school while also taking some college classes and working. Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We certainly appreciate your help.
Since this event started 7 years ago, the culinary arts students from School of the Osage has been making various desserts and aspects of the dinner. So every year they prepare these appetizers and desserts that we wish we could share with everybody that would be in attendance normally.
I know we are all disappointed we didn't get to try any of those yummy treats this year. The culinary arts students have been hard at work since school started in August, learning all kinds of culinary skills. Even with all the changes to this year's event, when we called Prairie Bales instructor extraordinaire, she quickly agreed to help us recognize the support of all of our event sponsors. We were able to capture the behind-the-scenes glimpses of their hard work to share with you tonight. good, and I heard they tasted great too. It looks like our sponsors were surprised and really enjoyed their baskets. We hope there were some snacks left to enjoy during tonight's broadcast. Thank you again to this evening's sponsors, including Lake Regional Health Systems, CADV, and Lake Expo.
Yes, we hope you all enjoyed your baskets. We really appreciate all you guys do for Kids Harbor and for the event that we did tonight. You really can't have a derby without hats, so make sure that you show us your hats. Share it on Facebook. Don't forget to tag Kids Harbor in your post, and then show us how you are watching with us tonight.
Let's check in with one of our Child Defender sponsors.
We're in the middle of a global pandemic. Some organizations have struggled more than others. Kids Harbor relies on our support. Please pledge your support now.
I'm here with Mallory Bartles and Victoria Watson, senior art students at National Art Honors Society, who will create a beautiful one-of-a-kind painting throughout the evening. They started the project as we went on air tonight. We will be checking in out their process throughout the evening. All of you will have an opportunity to purchase this beautiful painting for your home or office. Last year we had a bidding war. The final painting, and students were gracious enough to paint a second painting of, so both bidders went home with a spectacular works of art. Now we're going to ask Mallory and Victoria some questions.
Painting an entire large canvas in one night is no easy task. Can you tell us a little bit about what you're working on?
Yeah, so we decided to do a kid whose hair fades into butterflies to kind of represent their hope for how Kids Harbor is going to help them in the future.
What materials are you using?
We're going to use acrylic paint, so we're just going to use like kind of an assortment of rainbow, bright, kind of like pastel colors.
Mallory, what sparked your interest in art?
I've kind of had an interest since I was little. I've always liked creative things, and I just decided to take advantage of it in high school.
What's your favorite medium to use?
I like to use charcoal, which is like, graphite, which is pencils, and watercolor.
Victoria, what about you? What is your favorite medium?
I would probably have to say oil paint, just because it gives me the most like creative freedom, and I can do so much with it in all the colors.
Now, I know both of you are members of the National Art Honors Society. Tell us a little more about that.
I honestly love this organization. It's something that Miss Brooks started just a few years ago. I was a sophomore when it started, and it gives the students of CHS an opportunity to kind of give back to our community. We do lots of community service through our school. We do big murals and lots of fun stuff for the community.
If you want to go to that 00, if you want to go to
And both of you are seniors. What are you looking forward to this school year?
I'm looking forward to doing more opportunities like this and helping out in the community, with also using our artistic abilities to do so.
Yes. Thank you both for sharing more about this painting, and each of you. Now don't forget, you have the opportunity to buy this painting. You can put your bid in on the silent auction page and have the opportunity to take this one-of-a-kind artwork home.
We're so thankful for all the restaurants that have partnered with us this evening. Now we're going to go over to 1932 Reserve to check in with Tim Thompson and Sean Hill.
Hi, and welcome to 1932 Reserve. We're here at the Kids Harbor watch party, and we're going to check in here at the Reserve. They make some awesome mint juleps here, which is perfect for the Derby. Let me turn my camera around here. Sorry if things are so loud. Hi. And we have kids. Oh, you guys look awesome. You guys look amazing. Yeah. And actually, here's one of the contestants, Mr. Sean Hill.
Hello.
How are you faring tonight so far? Do you know?
So far, so good. This is my youngest. He needs to go potty, he says.
Oh,
So,
well,
there's that.
there's that. But are you, last we looked, I think you were in the lead.
Yeah. I wish this microphone was a cheese coney. Is running strong right now, but the night's not over. We need your help out there.
Awesome.
And if you're hungry, come on up. I've got some appetizers down here.
We do. We have an awesome spread.
People for donations here.
We have an awesome spread here at 1932 Reserve. And we've got the race on live here. And as a matter of fact, there's Mr. Chris Coulter here for the event as well, and donated some wine, I understand, for the wine pool that's also happening.
We did.
Yeah,
we appreciate the opportunity.
Awesome.
You know, we love supporting local business, local organizations. So, yeah,
cool.
Anytime.
Tell me a little bit about what you know about Kids Harbor, or why you support Kids Harbor.
There's so many great organizations here at the lake. And, I wish I could tell you that I knew more. I got a call from Carrie Judas.
Yeah.
She said, "Hey, can you guys help?" And absolutely. You know,
awesome.
Another way that we like to give back to Dearborns.
That's great. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much. Enjoy the apps and the Derby tonight.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank you, Sean and 1932 Reserve. We truly appreciate all of our sponsors. A big thank you to Above and Beyond Roofing, Vista Grande, and Krantz Associates RE/MAX team.
Each year, we get to hear from our spectacular little leaders in our community. They're joining us a bit differently this year, but we're going to check out the Leader in Me kids sharing what it means to be a leader. Let's watch.
Oh.
First things first. Habit 4, think when win. Hi, we're Mrs. Marlin's second grade class. Habit 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. 5. Habit 6, synergize.
Thank you for sharing that sweet video. Carrie Judas has been a longtime supporter of Kids Harbor. She's been a longtime board member and the committee is chair of tonight's event. She puts in countless hours every year getting everything together, contacting sponsors and planning. This year is no exception. She is truly amazing and we appreciate all the time and energy and effort she puts in to make tonight a success. Carrie is joining us from Vista Grande tonight. Let's check in and see how things are going over there.
This is Carrie Judas.
And Debbie Wright.
And we're at Vista Grande, and thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you for turning in supporting Kids Harbor. I would like to thank Vista Grande for supporting and hosting our event tonight. We appreciate everything the Shells do for our community and for Kids Harbor. I have Debbie Wright with me. Debbie is a big supporter of Kids Harbor also. And I'm going to turn it over to Debbie Wright. And what company you're with and why you support Kids Harbor.
Well, I'm not really with a company.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. Mike and I are proud to be supporters of Kids Harbor. With all the worthy causes in the lake area that you could choose to support, Kids Harbor stands out to us as one that is truly deserving. They have just, if you've ever had a chance to tour the facility, which we have done, you see why it is truly a harbor. Those kids that find themselves in need of medical or counseling services or legal services through no fault of their own. They have to just feel when they enter that facility that those people are there for them, that they're on their team, that they're there to help them, and maybe make a bad situation not so bad. I just think that the services that are provided, I dread to think what would happen to those kids. They would just get lost in the system, and the way that the facility is so focused on helping children is truly heartwarming, and that's why we're proud to support Kids Harbor.
Wonderful. Thank you for everything you might do. Also, if you guys would like to go to our Kids Harbor page too and donate during the year, that would be fantastic. So thank you for tuning in again, guys. And hey, bet on your favorite jockey, and it's going to be a fun time. And thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Carrie.
Thank you.
And now it's time to learn more about Kids Harbor. Many of you may have already heard about the amazing things Kids Harbor does in our community.
Did you know in 2019, 913 kids were referred to Kids Harbor for their services?
No, I didn't know that. I'm glad Kids Harbor is there to support kids when they need it most.
In addition to those kids referred for forensic interviews, advocacy, counseling, and medical exams, which we will learn about a little bit later, Kids Harbor also provides prevention education. Let's hear more about that from Tara.
Hi, my name is Tara Bryce. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator here at Kids Harbor. So what I get to do here at Kids Harbor, I get to go to the schools, local area schools, and train kids on how to recognize signs of abuse. Although it's not the child's job to protect themselves, it's an adult's job to protect them. But 90% of kids who are abused know their abuser. So when I'm teaching kids, they learn the 5 safety rules on how to protect themselves. They learn the 5 safety rules. 1 is know what's up, knowing your personal information, knowing mom and dad's phone numbers, your address, and also having a family password. So if kids are ever in a situation that they need to get a hold of mom and dad, they have that family password that they can call and just say simply, I need the green folder or something of that nature. The second safety rule is spot red flags. Being aware of their surroundings, knowing if something is wrong, and making a move to get away from that situation. Make a move is the third safety rule. Talk it up. When they're in a situation and they need to get out of it, talk it up. Use a strong, stern voice to get away from that. And the 5th safety rule, no blame, no shame. No child should ever feel blame because of what happened to them, and no child should be ashamed to tell their story.
Thank you, Tara. Now let's check into another watch party.
Jessica Bartholomew, one of the board members for Kids Harbor, is at Wicked Willie's currently. Hey Jessica, how's it going over there?
Hey guys, how are you? I'm actually here at Wicked Willie's, but it doesn't really look like it because it looks like I'm in Scotland, here at the St. Andrews Golf Course. So not only is Wicked Willie's awesome because we have a million TVs to watch whatever game you want, the cutest wait staff, great food, just a wonderful environment, but you can also come next door and work on your virtual golf game too. So I have a lovely lady here that I just met, talking to her a little bit about Kids Harbor. And after I discussed what was all the important things for Kids Harbor, what does Kids Harbor mean to you as a therapist?
Yeah, for me as an occupational therapist, Kids Harbor is a good resource. We deal with a lot of kids who have sensory issues, behavior, developmental, and with your program, it is a great resource and has lots of different people and areas to go to help build and make their lives better.
Yeah, that's perfect. Kids Harbor is a wonderful organization in our tiny town. And we also help kids in our surrounding counties as well. About 10 different counties that Kids Harbor supports. So not only are we supporting our local kids here, but we're also helping our neighbors out as well. So we're having a lot of fun here. I know the Mizzou's game is on and it's super loud, but if you guys want to come and work on your golf swing, this is the place to do it. It's pretty awesome. So that's what we have here. Can't wait to see who wins the horse race. Bye.
Let's check in on the auction and see how things are going.
Does everyone have their bids in? Don't forget you can make a donation to help your favorite jockey, or bid on that beautiful work of art, Mallory and Victoria.
So I started with Kids Harbor almost 4.5 years ago. I started as the intake volunteer coordinator, and when I started, we were averaging probably about 20 referrals a month. Now we see anywhere from 40 to 60 referrals every month. Our referral process comes from either law enforcement or children's division. Sometimes the prosecutor's office will send a referral for a child to research services after they've experienced abuse or witnessed abuse. So our team members send a referral to us. We discuss as a team with the team members what services that child will need, whether that's just counseling or start with counseling, forensic interview, advocacy through the court process, through the entire healing process and advocacy. So that's how our intake works. After intake, we will set the child up for services. The intake coordinator puts together whatever services and things that need to happen for the family. The other part of the intake volunteer coordinator's position is volunteers. We rely heavily on our volunteers, and we have so many great volunteers that come and help with data entry. We have volunteers that help at the hospital. We have volunteers that answer phones and doors. We rely greatly on our volunteers. So if by chance you're looking for something to do in your spare time, we would love to have you come and volunteer with Kids Harbor. Just give Aaron Murphy a call and he'll be happy to discuss possibilities for a position here. My name's Jackie Schulte. I am the forensic interviewer at Kids Harbor, and we appreciate all the support and help from our community.
I'm Jessica Bailey. I am a forensic interviewer here at Kids Harbor in Osage Beach, and I also work at our St. Robert office. So forensic interviewing isn't a term that we hear every day. What that means is it's part of my job to have conversations with children about allegations of abuse that may or may not have occurred. It's a structured conversation, and I'm a trained forensic interviewer, so I've been through, there's a protocol that we follow to make sure that our conversations are unbiased, that they're child safe and child friendly, and that they can basically, if we need to go to court, they can go to court and they can be presented in front of a judge or jury and as evidence. So one of the most important parts of forensic interviewing to me is being in that room and being present with that child. You have, we have a referral that's been sent to our office because of sexual abuse, physical abuse, neglect, all kinds of maltreatment. You never know what that child needs to say in that moment. It may not be about what the referral was sent over about. It may be about being bullied at school or being made to feel uncomfortable online. So it's so important to be present. So what What we try to do as forensic interviewers here at Kids Harbor is we try to be a conduit for that child's experience so that the people that need to know, that need to take action, can have the details that they need, can have the history that they need, so that that child doesn't have to keep telling their story over and over and over again. That we've captured it on camera, and it's accessible to where it needs to be accessible. And I know I've never felt in my life the energy that is felt in that room when a child feels safe and is able to say what they need to say. So Kids Harbor is so important because not only do we give that space, but we also try to educate our communities. I mean, all of us have children in our lives, and 90% or more of children that are abused by people they like, love, and live with. So if you have a child that trusts you enough to come to you and say something, I think you too have that opportunity to be that safe space, that conduit, that gatherer of information. We all have a responsibility in our communities to listen to children and then to act. And that's what I try to do here every day.
Thank you, Jackie. Volunteers are a very important part of Kids Harbor.
Volunteers help out with so many things, from board members to lawn care, child care, data entry, answering phones, and so much more. I know Kids Harbor is so thankful for every single one of their volunteers.
Let's check in and see the progress of tonight's painting. We'll head over to the Iroquois Federal Live Art Cam so you can see the progress that they have made.
Good.
Wow, girls, that painting really looks beautiful. Hey, Sierra, I heard that you and Finley took a tour of Kids Harbor. So can you tell us about what all they do?
Yes, not only did we do a tour, but we were able to take a video camera along with us, and we could give you a mini tour throughout with the camera.
That's great. I'm so excited to watch with you. After the tour, we will hear more about the services Kids Harbor offers.
I'm Finley. I'm Sierra, and this is the tour for Kids Harbor. And we're gonna go to the family room first, so follow us.
This is the family room. This is where the adults come in and the advocate comes to talk to the adults.
There are lots of games and toys and everything and books that the other family members can play with while they're waiting for the interview and the examinations to be done. Next we'll go to the interview rooms.
This is the interview room. This is where the kids come in and the interviewer comes in and talks to the kids, and the kid tells his story.
And there are also cameras in this room, and it goes to the investigation room, and it sends the video into the televisions that are in the investigation room, and it helps the investigators watch and listen to what they are saying. So this is the investigation room. This is where the investigators come in and they watch the videos that are on this television screen that come from the cameras that were in the interview room. And they examine the videos and try to figure out what is going on in the situation.
On the walls, you'll notice these paintings. This shows that Kids Harbor is really involved with kids and really want to help them.
Okay, so if you look at this map over here, this is the area that Kids Harbor serves, and it is the purple area that Finley is currently outlining. Okay, so I'm going to direct your attention to this amazing canvas. So this canvas is for the kids that when they come in, they don't have to, they know that they're not alone and that there are other people that have went through the same thing they have. And when they come in, they'll find a handprint that is the exact same size as their handprint. And this will make sure that they realize that they aren't alone and that there are other people that went through the abuse or went through the things that they have been through. And then when they leave, they can put their own handprint on there if they want to.
A question you may have is, do they have to have a specific color? No, they don't. They just pick their colors on their preference.
Okay, this is our medical examination room, and Crystal is going to tell you all about it.
My name is Crystal Lloyd. I'm a forensic nurse or sexual assault nurse examiner here at Kids Harbor. I work very closely with victims, our advocates, and the interviewers to assist victims in their exams when they're brought to Kids Harbor. Here in the exam room, we do a full head-to-toe comprehensive exam for our victims. We look them over from head to toe, and we educate them as we go through the process about what the exam entails. We do nothing without the victim's consent, and we reassure them throughout the whole entire process. As a forensic nurse, we have a very specialized role in that we bridge not only science, but law. We do a lot of explaining and educating to not only juries, but law enforcement, children's division, and prosecuting attorneys. When we are working with victims, we focus on the entire well-being of not only the victim, but their family as well. The emotional component is very important. While we are looking for forensic evidence, we don't want that to guide everything about our exam. We want them to feel like we are concerned with their emotional well-being for themselves and for their family as they've suffered a very significant trauma. That's very important to us, and that is what guides the majority of our exam.
This is the play therapy room. This is a room that the counselors use to help the kids get through the trauma that they have experienced. And this bear is my favorite in this room.
This is the second play therapy room where the counselor takes the kid and the kid talks about their trauma and the counselor helps them get through it. There's books, there's drawing stuff, and then my personal favorite in this room is this mermaid pillow.
We hope you liked our tour. We hope that you understand more about Kids Harbor and the things that Kids Harbor does.
Hey Sierra, you and Finley did a great job with that tour. Thank you for helping us learn more about Kids Harbor.
We learned a lot about all of the things that Kids Harbor does, but let's check in with the silent auction and see how our jockeys are doing.
Board member Mariah Swinker is at Dog Days. Let's check in and see how things are going over there.
Hi, welcome from Dog Days. We're in this amazing restaurant for dinner, enjoying this fantastic evening. I have a couple of guys here with me who would like to talk a little bit more about Kids Harbor and Dog Days. So first I've got Andrew. He's here tonight to celebrate. Why do you support Kids Harbor, Andrew?
Because they help kids in need.
And have you had a chance to take a look at the horses and their jockeys?
Yes, I have.
And who's your prediction?
I'm rooting for Sean Hill tonight.
Okay, Sean, all right. We will see. I also have Luke. He's the manager here at Dog Days. And could you tell us a little bit about Dog Days?
Sure. We're here at the 19-mile marker, Jeffries Road by Land. American food with a tropical flair, lots of different cocktails, pool, swim up bar, all that stuff. We're able to cater for your special events and all that kind of stuff. And one of those kind of minis that kind of blow something for everybody.
We appreciate your support of Kids Harbor.
We love Kids Harbor. Upcoming on October 6th is our Bogies of Beer Golf Tournament, which is a big benefit to Kids Harbor. You guys send out a lot of volunteers for our silent auction that night. And we're always proud to present that check after that event. It's one of my favorite events of the year, and it just makes it that much better. It helps us create organizations like Kids Harbor, amongst some others.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming out tonight. Good luck, everybody. Go horses.
Thank you, Mariah and Dog Days, for hosting tonight's watch party. You know, tonight's sponsors help ensure that the child abuse victims receive the services that they need to heal from the trauma that they have experienced. Thank you, Hewlett Chevrolet, Buick GMC, O'Sullivan, Bruce Group, Remax Realtors, and Argosy.
Let's do a quick check-in and see how our online auction is going.
Hi, my name is Christy Farah. I'm with American Family Insurance, and I've been an insurance agent with American Family it'll be 15 years in the spring, so we're looking forward to our anniversary coming up. We have 2 locations of our business. One is in Camdenton, Missouri. The other is in Lebanon, Missouri. We have 8 staff, so we have a great capacity for sales and customer service. We sell auto insurance, property insurance, commercial lines, life insurance. We don't sell any health insurance. And we do offer flood insurance as well, which is kind of a specialty item here at Lake of the Ozarks that's very helpful to people. I am originally from Jefferson City, Missouri. I have a 10-year-old son. His name is Turner, and he goes to Oak Ridge Elementary in Camdenton. I appreciate being able to sponsor Kids Harbor for the work that they do. Have some clients and friends that work with Kids Harbor or within the organization. And I believe in their work and all the good that they do for so many kids in the community. I'm happy to be able to provide a sponsorship that will go to programs to help kids all year round. So I appreciate being able to be a part of this. And my name is Christy, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Christy. So I told you in the beginning we might have some technical difficulties. Thank you for your patience with us through those technical difficulties. One of the difficulties we had tonight is we forgot to introduce 2 of our MCs for the evening. I have with me Finley Gerdeman. Finley is 11 years old. She's in 6th grade. She loves hanging out with her friends, playing games with her brothers, and she loves her art lessons that she takes and hanging out with her puppy, Tallulah. Emmy is 10 years old. She is in 5th grade. She loves art lessons, hanging out with her friends and family, and her new pet hermit crabs, Ted and Tilly. Thank you guys for being with us tonight.
We're here checking out the progress of the painting.
Let's watch Mallory and Victoria work. They're so talented.
Tonight I have the honor of introducing our guest speaker for the evening. Benita Hector is a family advocate at the Children's Advocacy Center of East Central Missouri. I had the honor of meeting her just a couple of years ago and hearing her story. She shared a quote with me when I asked her to give me some information for her bio. The quote is extra special as it came from her executive director who left this life far too soon earlier this year. When introducing Bo for the first time, she shared her story. Kathy said, "You can recognize survivors of abuse through their courage. When silence is so inviting, they step forward and share their truth so others know they aren't alone." Ladies and gentlemen, Benita Hector.
Hi, I'm Benita. I'm like she said, the advocate for the Children's Advocacy Center located in Union. So my story, I just want to share it with you. I was born to a single mom in Sullivan, Missouri. It's located in Crawford County. She met a guy that she worked with when I was 3. They got married pretty quickly thereafter. I think they dated for about 3 months. And the grooming process started almost immediately. It was started out as, "You're going to call me dad, you're going to do this," very just aggressive parenting style. Now, I was 5 when the actual abuse started. My mother was pregnant with my younger sister, and that's whenever the molestations started. It switched from grooming to molestations. He would tell me that I had to recite back to him a phrase that I still remember to this day. It's, "If I tell anybody, he will kill my family and then me." And so that type of grooming led to years and years of abuse. My sister, like I said, she was born when I was 5. Up until I was 12, there was the molesting. It switched over to rape at 12. And I did resist. I told him no, and he proceeded to tell me to go get my sister. From that point on, I never once said no to him after that. He ruled my entire life. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't stay at anybody's house. I had no extracurricular activities. I was stuck at home. And that's why this time, when 2020 started out with the quarantine, it really hit my heart because this is a nightmare for these kids. And as Kara said, the hotlines in her counties, as well as ours, have decreased by 50%. So these kids are stuck at home. And if that would have been me, I can't imagine anything much more worse than to be stuck at home all day, every day with him because he did not hold a consistent job. So school was my getaway. I loved school. Nobody at school knew, obviously. When I was 7, I did once tell and told a social worker. They removed him from the home. My mother convinced me to tell them that I was lying. At 7, she got me to say that I was mad at him because I didn't get my way. And they dropped it immediately, and the abuse continued. I moved out at 19. My sister stayed there. I had no reason to believe that anything was happening to her. After all, she was his biological kid, and I thought that I would know. When I was 21, I received a text message from my sister on a weekend, and it said, "If I don't respond to you, please don't text me back. It means Dad took my phone. Has he ever done anything to you?" At that point in time, my heart dropped past my stomach. I had to have been on the floor. I knew exactly at that moment in time what he had been doing to her. Later, I found out that he started doing it to her when she was 8 years old. I was still in the house at this time, and I had no idea it was going on. So I told her on Monday she was going to report to her counselor's office. She was going to tell her counselor at school what he had done, and she did, and they called the police. And the police came out and talked to her, and they removed her immediately. My mom immediately took her down to the Children's Advocacy Center when it was located in Sullivan, where my sister had a forensic interview conducted. I was 21, so I was out of the range. My sister was within the range. She was 16, but they were able to pull her in and interview her, and they were able to allow her to only have to tell her story one time, and that was amazing for her. I, however, didn't get that luxury. I had to tell my story to multiple detectives, multiple times, to multiple prosecuting attorneys, and that happened throughout the course of 10 years. My sister came and lived with me because my mother at that point, and still to this day, continues to stay with my abuser. So I had custody of my sister at 16 when I was 21, and I raised her up until she moved out on her own. The court process was not pleasant at all. With forensic interviews, whenever they're able to, they can go in and they can help testify for the kid. But that testimony is so critical and it's so helpful for these kids because it's hard to get up on that stand and to tell these strangers in front of that person who did this to you what they had done. He was charged ultimately with 24 counts. He went on the run at one point in time to Arkansas, and nobody would tell the detectives where he went. So the detective that I had on my case was fantastic. And he actually watched the newspapers down in Arkansas because he had heard wind that he might have went down there. Lo and behold, an accident put my stepdad on the front page of that paper down there, standing in front of a wrecked concrete truck. And that's how he located my dad. Without that detective doing that, he might never have been brought in for what he had done. Ultimately, those 24 charges, we went to court. Both my sister and I had to testify, and he was found guilty of 19 of them. 5 of them he wasn't, just due to date conflicts. Kathy was my director up until February when she passed. She was my sister's advocate for the case, and she joined us into the courtroom. And it's a real privilege for me to be able to do that now, to be able to work with these families and let them know that they're not alone and that it can be done. And while sometimes they might not have the best outcome, that kid is still amazing for being able to stand up and tell people what that person did to them. My stepdad is currently serving 40 years in Jefferson City Prison on No More Victims Drive, where he will remain until if he serves out his full 40 years, he will be 93, I believe.
sorry, I lost my train of thought. My court process, I don't regret anything about it. I love that I'm able to do this job, and I love that I'm able to give back to the community, and I'm able to walk in the footsteps of Kathy, and I'm able to show that there is better ways, that you can do better, and that you're not wrong for speaking out. Thank you.
Thank you, Benita, for sharing that powerful story. We sure appreciate you sharing that. You have such a unique perspective from both a victim as well as an advocate. And I'm thankful that you've had a child advocacy center and that you had Kathy there to help you and support you through that process. You are truly an inspiration to all of us, and we appreciate you joining us tonight and sharing your story and sharing the process. It truly does take a team, and we are thankful that we can be that team for kids in our own community. Now we're going to learn a little bit more about Kids Harbor's advocacy program.
Hello, I'm Shalonda Johnson, and I'm a child and family advocate. Abused children are in no shape to defend their rights, even after they've been taken into care. As a child and family advocate, I speak on the best interest of the child. I ensure that the child and the non-offending caregiver receive the most sensitive care possible during the investigation process by ensuring timely response from the investigative agency. I seek to protect the child from being subject to repeated interviews and medical examinations. Here at Kids Harbor, all of our services are aimed at protecting the child, seeking justice, and reducing trauma.
Thank you, Bo. What an inspiration you are. Thank you, Shalonda, for sharing more about your job as a child and family advocate. It's time to head over to another watch party.
Have you ever tried the wings at Wobbly Boots? They're so good. Let's check out their watch party. Board member Tammy Darnell is over at Wobbly Boots. Let's go.
So thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Tammy. I'm at Wobbly Boots with Paul, the assistant manager. Here at Wobbly Boots, we're next to Deerberg's and across from, say, the Casey's store. Can you tell me a little bit about why you support Kids Harbor, or why Wobbly Boots supports Kids Harbor?
Yeah, so the Mayor Brothers, as well as Wobbly Boots and the entire staff here, is very community driven. And as such, we like to be able to raise awareness to the community and surrounding areas about issues going on in the community, as well as bring whatever we can to help out the
Fantastic. Thank you for your support. Thank you for being here with us.
Happy to help.
What is your favorite item here on the menu at Wobbly Boots?
Honestly, probably the original wings, smoked in house, sauce is homemade, especially trashed. Trash or original wings.
Alright, trash, that's good to keep in mind. What are the other restaurants and connections that Wobbly Boots has to Kids Harbor and parents?
So they also own Jelly Days off of Jeffries Road and Shorty Pants Lounge off of the KK exit.
Okay, and both of those restaurants are also supporting Kids Harbor and this Kids Helping Kids dinner event that we have going. Fantastic. Did you get the chance to watch any of the jockey races this evening?
I tuned in for a little bit of it.
Okay.
Okay,
so did you have a preference on the jockey race?
Elmo.
And why did you vote for Elmo?
He's someone who's actually got a history of Wobbly Boots.
All right. So there's a little bias in there in your support for Elmo. Yeah. Well, that's okay. We're okay with bias.
Thanks, and sorry for all the background noise. So now it's time to introduce Mary D. Michelle. So Mary D. Michelle is the founder and author of One Rule Improv, the fast, easy, and no-fear approach to teaching, learning, and applying improv. For over 2 decades, Mary has worked with families, schools, therapists, and organizations and businesses to help bring them the power of improv into their lives. With her fast, easy, and no-fear approach, Mary makes improv and its amazing benefits accessible to everyone.
Did you know that our brains are wired to connect with each other? But when we experience something traumatic, our brains actually can rewire to disconnect. And the work that Kids Harbor does, helping children communicate at such a critical time, and also helping the families connect and heal, is so important and so wonderful. So imagine if there was an activity that was quick and easy and fun that you could do anytime, any place, and it was good for all ages, children, parents, grandparents, and that activity could help people communicate, express themselves, connect, even create a safe environment and develop resilience. That would be great. But you know what's cool? You don't have to imagine that. It's improv. Yes, improv, really. That hysterical, spontaneous form of comedy you may have seen on TV or on stage is actually used all over the world because it offers many benefits to individuals, and they can use them personally or professionally. And there's research I've actually been involved with that shows how improv changes the brain and helps put the brain in a better state for connection and so much more. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, that sounds great, but improv is not for me. Nope, I am not funny. Improv, not for me. This might shock you. Improv is not about being funny. Improv is about listening, accepting, and showing you value the other person. Now, I know that might seem confusing, but come on up. Let me show it to you. You see, improv is actually based on yes and. Yes, I unconditionally accept your offer. Yes, I unconditionally accept your offer, and I value it so much. So how can that not be for you? How can improv not be for those around you? So we have Kaylin and Sierra are going to demonstrate improv. Watch for the yes and rule. So this game is called Yes and Design. So from our audience, we are going to need some suggestions about something you use every day that you would like to see new and improved.
T-shirt.
A t-shirt. A phone, a t-shirt, what else?
Or a mirror.
A mirror. All right, let's try a new and improved t-shirt.
Okay, so we're gonna design a new t-shirt.
Yes, and this t-shirt should have a material that works for all skin types.
Yes, and it should have the type of material that you won't sweat, so like anti-perspirant. Yeah.
Yes, and this t-shirt should be able to be sold everywhere.
Yes, and I believe that this t-shirt should be made in anywhere that you want to be made, and then you can also just have it like teleport to your house.
Yes, and this t-shirt should be affordable to everyone.
Yay, give them a hand. Great. Now, did you find yourself smiling? Maybe even laughing a bit?
Yeah.
Was it funny? No. No. And that's the difference. That's where improv's misunderstood. It's not funny like stand-up comedy at someone else's expense. The comedy and improv is from shared joyful experience. So let's check out another game. And again, listen for that yes and. This is encyclopedia. So audience, we need a topic you might look up in an encyclopedia or Wikipedia. So what would be a topic?
Kentucky Derby.
Haha. What was the other one?
Bulldog.
A dog, bulldog?
Dog brush.
And a dog brush. Let's go with Kentucky Derby. So they're going to create an entry one word at a time about Kentucky Derby, but I'll let them use Kentucky Derby as one word. Go.
Kentucky Derby
Involves
a lot
of
vigorous
training
and
intense
watching
and
a lot
of
very
hard
work
and
helping
each other
flourish.
Yay, good man. Good job. Did you see yes and? That continual practice in every moment of accepting each other and validating each other. That act alone creates so much power and why improv is used in so many places and for so many wonderful benefits that it offers. So, last game, interview. Hey, how about audience? Is there any type of topic you can come up with there? Anything?
Ponies?
Ponies?
Cowboy hats?
Cowboy hats. What else?
Frogs?
Frogs. Oh. Well, we are so fortunate here today because Ciara happens to be an expert in frogs.
Now, Sierra, what is your favorite type of frog?
My favorite type of frog is probably the one that has a lot of speckles on it.
Do you know why frogs are green?
I think it's just because they're out in the sun a lot. I don't really know. It kind of just depends.
Why
on
do
the
frogs
season.
live in so many different places?
I think it really depends on climate because sometimes they just don't really like
Have
the
you
dry.
heard the weird noises that frogs make?
Yeah, it comes from their throat. They really like to just get that
Why does
out
their
there.
throat go like this when they're making weird noises?
It's because their tongue it makes them
What do frogs eat?
They eat grass and bugs a lot.
Why do frogs eat grass?
I don't know.
Yes, you do. You're an expert. Go.
They really like the texture of the grass.
Yeah. Good job. You're so good. Great. So that's improv, and if you would, if you're curious and you want to know more about improv and all the benefits it offers, you can, and if you want to know more about my approach, which makes improv fast and easy. These guys just learned these games, and accessible to everyone. You can check out oneruleimprov.com. Thank you. I'm Mary D. Michelle, and you still have time to donate to your favorite jockey.
Christy Farah with American Family Insurance, and I wanted to talk a little bit about my business as far as our size and scope. We do service 7,200 policies or contracts here in Central Missouri. We have had the achievement of being in the top 40 American Family Insurance agents in the United States. On track to do that again this year. And so we're very proud of that achievement. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all my customers. We couldn't make a living without your support, and we really appreciate that. I would encourage my fellow business owners and mothers and people who are working in our community to take part of your incomes and consider supporting Kids Harbor. The work that they do in our community is vitally important, and not only for the community but for individuals. Those individuals will go forward in this world and help create more better communities and become good citizens. Thank you.
Thank you, Christy, and thank you, Mary D. Michelle. Those games were so fun.
And now let's go check in with our live art camera.
Hello, my name is Rebecca Paget. I am the Counseling Program Manager and Licensed Professional Counselor here at Kids Harbor. The counseling program has expanded from one provider working in 2 locations to a team of professionals who work unilaterally between the 2 offices. Our providers are master level clinicians who are trained in trauma-informed practices. As clinicians, we use scientific, evidence-based practices to work with victims of trauma across all areas of physical and sexual abuse. Our counseling program works with families, children, and support givers of all of the victims that come through our center. Our current services include individual counseling, family counseling, group therapy, teletherapy, and psychoeducation. Our goal is to educate families so that they can support the children beyond the services that we provide. Our goal is to take child victims and move them from our center to survivors who are able to move through life happy, healthy, and well-adjusted. As a group of clinicians, we work together to make sure that all children receive the services necessary when they come through our office. With your help and your support, we are able to continue providing good services and meet the needs of our child victims.
Okay, thank you, Rebecca. So now we're going to check in with our next watch party. Let's head over to Redhead Lakeside Grill and see how things are going over there. We might even spot one of tonight's jockeys. Heather Durbin is joining us from Redhead tonight. How are things going, Heather?
So we are featuring live Redhead Grills. Just enjoy the delicious dinner. I'm telling you, the ribeye is amazing, and they're getting ready to have their off-season special coming up. They have a steak special. You'll want to try it. So I hope you guys can hear me. They have a really great crowd. Elmo was just here, but I think he ran off to find his horse. I think Pinky McPurplemane got out of the barn, and so he went to go find her. But I hope you've been enjoying tonight's event. We've had a great time. There's a great crowd. It's playing over here on the TV to my left. And I don't know. Let us know what you think about the event. Let us know if this is something you think we should do again. Because we're having a lot of fun. So I hope you're having a lot of fun with it too. We're just glad that you came out to watch us, and we're glad that Redhead is supporting us in all the restaurants. They have an amazing place here, and if you've never been, you should try it.
Let's give another shout out to some of tonight's wonderful sponsors. Thank you to Lake Expo, CADV, Lake Regional Health System, and Atlas Docs. We appreciate all of your support. Now, we're going to hear from Christy Farah, American Family Insurance, our vet, and some more about Kids Harbor Services.
I'm Christy Farah with American Family Insurance. American Family Insurance has a long history of supporting our communities. I choose to support Kids Harbor, and they do so much wonderful work in our community and for our individual families. All the funds that we donate stay right here in our local community at the Lake of the Ozarks, and I am very proud to be a sponsor of Kids Harbor, and I hope you will consider sponsoring Kids Harbor as well.
Hi, I'm Amanda Hatcher. I'm a program manager here at Kids Harbor, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our parent education and stabilization courses. Kids Harbor saw a need in the community to have this resource. There weren't a lot of places offering parenting classes in the area, and certainly not with that stabilization piece. And so this is offered free to folks that are either court-ordered to it, working with Children's Division, either with their kids in alternative care or through an open services case, or anybody that we come across that may feel the need to have that resource. And so when developing this course, one of the main things was fighting the barriers that keep parents from being able to participate in something like this. So transportation, getting a meal ready for their kids, childcare for their kids. And so with our course, it's a 10-week course. It teaches 1, 2, 3 Magic as the parenting curriculum, along with stabilization, and I'll talk about that here in a minute. And so the parents that come, they're able to bring their kids. We have caregivers to watch their kiddos during the time of the class. It's a 2-hour time frame. And they're modeling that 1, 2, 3 Magic program for the parents while they're there. And also feeding everybody a healthy meal so they don't have to worry about that. And then giving gas vouchers to families to help with that transportation barrier. So if they live close, they get less. If they live further, they get more, that kind of thing. Or if they don't have transportation, they're able to offer that to the people that are bringing them to the class. And so the class goes over through that 1, 2, 3 Magic curriculum, and it also talks about budgeting, schedules, reward systems for kids. So each family gets a rewards box and practices these things throughout the course and comes back and shares with each other how it's going and what's been working, what's been not, and kind of sharing their stories. And often we have folks come in and say, I had no idea. I didn't have this growing up. I didn't know how to parent. And lots of them are here because they have a court case for child abuse and neglect. And so to hear that and see that they just really didn't have the tools and to be able to provide that to them has been wonderful. And we've had folks come back and say, can I talk to the next class and let them know how amazing this is and how helpful it can be to them if they really engage. And seeing those relationships built throughout that course has been awesome to see, because they're really building relationships with folks with that are struggling too and can kind of come in and help one another as far as different techniques and things like that they learn throughout the class. And we do prize giveaways, cleaning products, hygiene products, things like that for participation. So it really has been a wonderful program, and we hope to continue to be able to do that and serve. We're able to do this through 2 grants actually, the Miller County Cares Grant and the United Way Grant. So we're able to combine those and serve not only Miller County, but other residents of other counties of the areas that we serve. So it's a real need in the area, and we're really pleased to be able to serve our clients that way.
Part of our enjoyment of this evening would have been for the employees of my company to be here with me in supporting Kids Harbor. Just wanted to say thank you to them for all they do, and that I'm sorry you weren't able to be here with us tonight at the Kids Harbor Gala, and we will attend in the future. So thank you to Debbie O'Harrell, Vicki Denny, Stephanie Smith, Jessica Davis, Scott Danick, Dana Hampton, Mary Jo Ragsdale, and Brianna Ham. Really appreciate all you guys.
In the coming months, we hope to get back to normal in our community as things start to normalize with the pandemic. Many will still continue to face challenges, and Kids Harbor will continue to need our support. As we wrap up the evening, we'd like to make an additional pledge of $1,000, and we challenge you to do the same.
We love Kids Harbor!
Wow. Thank you, James. Thank you, Arvette. You are a rock star. We so appreciate your support. What a wonderful donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We really, really appreciate you and really appreciate all you've done tonight. And that extra donation is so special. Thank you so much. Next, we're going to check in with the live art cam. Finley, Emmy?
Wow, it looks great. Look at all the colors.
The sky is so pretty. I love the colors in the hair and the colors in the face.
It looks like a whole rainbow.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Tara Brace. I am the Community Outreach Coordinator here at Kids Harbor. What I get to do here at Kids Harbor is go out into the community and teach adults on how to recognize the signs of child sexual abuse. The curriculum that I use is Darkness to Light, Stewards of Children curriculum. Adults need to recognize those signs in protecting children, and how they do that, they learn the 5 steps to protecting our children. The first step, learn the facts. 1 in 10 children are sexually abused, and 90% of those children know their abusers. The second one, eliminate opportunity. Eliminate or reduce isolated one-on-one situations to decrease risk for abuse. And then talk about it. Safety rule number 3, talk about it. Have open conversations with children about our bodies, sex, and boundaries. Number 4, recognize the signs. Know the signs of abuse to protect children from further harm. And number 5, react responsibly. How you react to a child's disclosure depends on how much they disclose to you. And the second thing that I get to do is mandated reporter. Any person, adult that works with children needs to have mandated reporting training. That helps with how to make the phone call, who to call, the information that they know, when a child discloses the information, using that child's language that they disclose to them, and also understanding that it is not their job to investigate. To date, since October 2018, 579 adults have been trained in Stewards of Children. 75 adults have been trained in mandated reporter training, and the kids curriculum that I use, Monique Burr Foundation for Children, since September 2019 to March of 2020, 1,577 kids know how to protect themselves.
The best thing about working at Kids Harbor is being able to see these kids have some hope after what's happened to them, and be able to help those families understand that they're not alone, that other people are going through this, and that they have somebody there to support them along the way.
The best thing about working at Kids Harbor is seeing the results. Children come in and they've gone through such a traumatic experience. To know that someone cares for them, to have a listening ear, I think that that's the best thing here.
I love working with this population of kids. I love working with victims and their families, to watch them really go from something terrible that's happened to something that they can walk away from and feel better about or feel empowered about.
The best part about working at Kids Harbor is the difference we're making in the family and children's lives that we provide service to.
What's the best part of working at Kids Harbor? The best part is knowing that you're saving kids, you're giving them a voice and how to speak up.
So, to me, the best part of working with Kids Harbor is giving children a voice and an opportunity to be heard.
So for me, the best part of my day at Kids Harbor is when a child comes in and talks to me about things that a child should never have to talk about, and knowing they trusted me and they're giving me their burden to help them and their family heal. For me, that's the best part of working with Kids Harbor.
Thank you again to all of tonight's sponsors, and thank you to RVET for your generous donation. It is because of the support of our community that Kids Harbor is able to provide the services to child victims and their caregivers. Their mission to provide coordinated response, healing, and prevention of child abuse is one I care deeply about. I have been fortunate to be a board member for many years. We are so thankful to all of you for tuning in tonight, for bidding on the auction items, for purchasing wine, for betting on your favorite jockeys, and your donations. Your support means so much. Now, for the moment we have all waited for. You can't have a Kentucky Derby theme without a race. Without further ado, the Derby race.
Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for today's race.
All right, the race is getting ready to start. Everyone is at the starting line. Tensions are high. Today is going to be a perfect day for a race.
And they're off. A good clean start with number 7, I Will Smash, giving the others a head start. Around the first turn, Hoseby has Vista Stag, number 1, against the rail with a slight lead. Number 5, Wishes Microphone with a Cheese Coney, a close second. On the outside, number 3, the Black Stallion Link Creek, third, but fighting for position is Elmo, Pinky McPurple Mane. This is racing at its finest. Number 5, Jockey Itch surges forward, but pulls to the outside. Got no clue. Number 7 still at the starting gate. Such confidence for a 20-year-old horse. Number 5 in the lead. Number 3 in second. Number 2 in third. And number 1, Vista Stag, falls to fourth. Wishes Microphone was a Cheese Coney. Stopped for a snack, and Pinky McPurple Mane takes a micro lap. Unbelievable. These jockeys look exhausted. Physical conditioning is obviously high priority for all of them. Number 7, I Will Smash, with the more than capable jockey, got no clue, has decided to join the race, leaving the start line like a bullet. Number 1, Vista Stag with commanding lead. Jockey Hoseby is really on his game today. Number 5, Jockey Itch with I Wish This Microphone Was a Cheese Pony is a comfortable second. Tim Panic and Elmo just enjoying the ride. Number 7, I Will Smash, picking up speed. It is unbelievable that these jockeys communicate so well with their horses and with each other. So competitive, yet compassionate. Around turn 3, Vista Stag opens up a big lead. Number 3, Black Stallion of Link Creek fighting to keep up. Number 7, I Will Smash, coming on strong. Far outside and takes the lead. Got no clue, and I Will Smash looking strong. Number 1, Vista Stag in second. Number 3, Tim Panic has Black Stallion Link Creek in third. And it's a battle royale for fourth. This is a race where anything can happen. Tightened up, displays determination and exhaustion is well on their faces, and it's worn well into home stretch. Unbelievable. It looks like.
Now that was a funny race. It looks like we're having some technical difficulties, so we should see the final results in just a few minutes.
Let's check in on the auction and progress of our jockeys.
Let's take a look at the progress of our artwork.
It looks like we're nearing a competition. Now is your chance to own this one-of-a-kind piece of art.
You can bid on the painting from the silent auction page.
We're going to give everyone a little time to get in their bids. While we wait, we can check out the end of the horse race.
Winning feels just as bad as losing on the hamstrings, but it does save just a tad bit of dignity.
A winner. It's winning what I do. I come out, I race, I win, I win, I win.
It is so good to win. I am a winner.
There we go. Go.
My Vista Stag, she is a winner, no? I am Jose. Jose, this is for you.
All right, it was a tough race today, but I feel like Will and I really pulled out there at the end. Lots of fierce competition from the competitors. I feel all in all it was an amazing race, but Will and I are we're thrilled. We're thrilled with today's results.
Absolutely. I was obviously born to be a jockey.
It was a great race today. There was lots of fierce competition. Nobody got hurt, thank goodness, and thank you all for tuning in for our incredible race today.
Who's the winner?
Wow, what a great evening. What a special evening tonight's been, and I just we all want to say thank you, especially to Lake TV and to Studio T Images. Man, they have put in countless hours.
A lot of hours.
In putting tonight's event together in some very crazy circumstances. And we also want to thank all the kids, especially who were a part of tonight's event. We absolutely couldn't have done this without them. And also our Child Defender sponsors. We want to say a special shout out to Iroquois Federal, Christy Farah, American Family Insurance, Peak Sport and Spine, Osage Beach, and of course our veterinary clinic. Thank you.
We also want to say thank you to all of our jockeys who are willing to go out and race much longer than any of them anticipated. Thank you for your fun costumes, your sportsmanship, and making the horse race such a fun event. We appreciate all you do for Kids Harbor. We also appreciate everyone who has helped make tonight a success, from watching, donating, volunteering your time, and for items as the in-kind items or the silent auction items. We truly appreciate you. Tonight's event could not have been possible without our event chair, Carrie Judas. She certainly doesn't want to be in the spotlight, but she puts so many hours into putting this event together. We couldn't do it without her.
And I'm hearing a report now that actually Jerry won tonight's event, or so they say. Yeah. Congratulations, Jerry. And thank you again for everybody for participating in tonight's event. We'd really like you to take the opportunity, if you haven't already, go to our Facebook page and like us on Facebook, and make sure to follow there so that you can keep up with Kids Harbor and all the work that we're doing. And you can keep up with upcoming events that are happening as well. And also go to our website where we'll provide a link, and you can go there and actually click on a application where you can download to become a volunteer. It's important, you know, in this time where there's a lot of energy and conversation online, especially about protecting children. This is an important step that you can make to actually make a difference. And so we want to invite you to do just that. And again, thank you and have a great night.
Thank you for attending.